After having been made born again by the blood of Messiah Yeshua, are we willing to go through the process then to also be decreed or made holy? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 2 of Torah portion Emor. Let's continue in Vayikra or Leviticus chapter number 21 and look at verse number 6. Referencing the Levitical priesthood, it says, "They are set apart to their Elohim and do not profane the name of their Elohim, for they bring the fire offerings of Yahweh and the bread of their Elohim, and shall be set apart." The word that is used there to translate set apart is the Hebrew Kadosh. So we have the idea of being Kadoshim, the holy ones, the set apart ones. We would like to think that after we're born again, after our lives have been renewed by the work of atonement through Yeshua, our Messiah, that holy is something that is just simply decreed upon us. It's an automatic status that we receive, and that there's just nothing else to it. Maybe there is. Let's look at the word. It is spelled with the Hebrew letters Kof, Dalet, Shin. Now, in their original, more ancient paleo forms, the word pictures are a lot more clear and understanding to us. The Kof, originally in the paleo form, was a circle with a horizontal line drawn through it. This gives us the idea of the sun going down or the sun rising up. So it is the idea of a horizon, that which is before us. Originally, it is suggested, even prior to the vertical line or the horizontal line, that a vertical line was drawn through the circle, suggesting more about what is behind, that which has passed. We continue then with the Dalet. The Dalet looks like a doorway. Some have suggested a tent flap. It is the idea of entering in or out of, perhaps even the idea of coming and going or swinging back and forth. If you were raised long enough ago as I was, you may remember the days of the front door having a screen door. I can still hear my parents yelling at me, "Don't slam that screen door," because oftentimes it was attached with a long spring. You open it, and as you walk in or out, you let go, and the screen door would slam shut with a loud bang. I regress. Let's continue. The final letter here is the Shin. Originally, it was the idea of two teeth, perhaps the front two top teeth, that which bites, that which tears, that which devours, that which presses down. And so we get this understanding then that the letters should give us some indication as to what the word Kadosh means. Before we go into the full explanation, let's also be aware that the last two letters, the Dalet and the Shin, spell the word Dosh, which is threshing. It is the idea of bringing the wheat harvest in and threshing the wheat. Putting this all together then, we have that the wheat and barley harvest that has been brought in is brought to a threshing floor. There it is beaten with instruments that flail the harvest. Of all of that is brought in, that is cut and laid on the threshing floor, only a small portion, the kernel, at the top of the stalk is what is desirable. The rest of it is considered chaff. And so the wheat harvest is beaten, it is flailed with these particular instruments designed to do so. This repeated swinging back and forth of the flailing tools is what is represented by the Dalet. The pressure that is applied is significant of the letter sheen. And so we have the threshing, the dosh. It goes on until everything is broken down. Then it is that the forks are brought in. They throw the entire mass that is accumulated into the air. Fans are used to sweep back and forth. And the chaff that is light then is blown to the side or picked up and blown away. The kernel that is heavy is that which then falls back to the floor. This process goes on until the floor is full of kernels and the chaff is blown away. It's not an instantaneous process. It's a lengthy and ongoing process, but in order to get down to that which is usable, that which is desirable, you have to go through the process of the flailing, the pressures, the wind blowing through, being picked up and thrown into the air, losing your sense of stability and even the pull of gravity at times, only to fall down again and again and again. Are we getting a picture? The idea is to break apart the kernel from that which is holding on to it. In order for you and I to become Kadosh, to be set apart, once we have been harvested, that is, that we have experienced a new birth, the process is only beginning. The pressures of life come, they flail us. Circumstances come to tear us apart from that which has been holding on to us. Over and over again, it would seem we can't take any more. We're holding on to that which was familiar to us out of a sense of security. But the one doing the threshing is seeking to break us loose, literally to liberate us and to free us. And so it would seem then that after a long period of going through tough times, hard circumstances, moments where you're questioning, is anyone listening to my prayers? Does heaven ever pay attention to me? We continue through this process of then being thrown into the air and wondering, Father, what are you doing to me? Why am I so unattached? Why does it seem that I'm in free fall? We hit the ground with the thud and we think, that's it, we're done, can't do this anymore, I might as well quit, only to be picked up and thrown into the air again and again. You and I have been left with more questions than answers. We wonder, does the Father have some cruel joke that he is playing on us? What are you trying to do to me? There is literally nothing left. That is, until the desired kernel is all that is left of us. Everything that is us, all of our memories, all of our past experiences, all of our stuff, our issues, our successes, our failures, add them all up and draw the line and see what you come up with. Not all of that is usable. Not all of that is something to build upon. And so we must go through the Father's process because he sees in us that portion, that element of our being, that part of our lives that says that's where the light is located. That's where the glory is. After all, the purpose of the wheat is to provide nutrition. There's a grinding process still ahead. There is a residual powder to be made of us. There is a heat to be applied to us. There is a kneading to be applied to us until we come to the finished product that provides nourishment for somebody else. Folks, this is not about us. This is not about our glory and our exaltation. This is about our servanthood. This is about our willingness to be usable to help someone else grow. Life at this point is crazy. You and I are going through the crazy times. But on the other side, when the threshing is complete and when the kingdom has come, we will find out what this has all been about. And at that moment, May we say, thank you, Father, for the opportunity to bring honor and glory to you. We'll talk more on this tomorrow. And until then, shalom.